What's up, y'all? This is Rom coming back at you with yet another couch video. Men, take care of your physical and mental health. Now, as I said, especially, coming back, still recovering from the stroke, I'm still going to talk about man gets woman. I'm still going to talk about men's sovereignty. But one of the main things is just getting your health together. That's part of your sovereignty. Health is wealth. Like I said, my stroke could have been a whole lot worse if I wasn't working out and, eating a lot of fruits, smoothies, stuff like that. Ironically, the day I had the stroke, I was eating a kale salad. Oh, man. If you're going to have it, you're going to have it, And it's kind of funny because you get some people, well, eat this, eat this. Well, I was doing all that. But you can't fight genetics. You can't fight genetics. But whatever the case, whatever you got going on genetically, you can limit the impact of it. You can hold it back. Because that's precisely what I did. Because there's a lot of people, there's a lot of guys, especially younger guys, way younger, like in their 20s. They say, yeah, they either had a stroke, heart attack, something. But they were able to survive it because it was still young. See, that's the key. See, and that's the best you can do out here. That's the best you can do out here is, okay, do what you can to limit it, Like one of the main things, like I talked about physical and mental health, one of the main things that affect both is just stress. Just stress. A lot of people, in fact, there's been some people who, even some doctors who said it's more stress than anything else. Like you gotta ask yourself, is this stressing you out? Like why are you worried about certain things? Like, y'all notice I don't go in on women, right? One of the reasons why is why I let that stress me out. How women gonna behave, some of the stuff they're gonna do, some of the latest stuff. I'm like, man, even before the stroke, I was like, why let that stress me out? Now, I'm that type, I can be real serious. And that's something, because, I'm an Aquarius. We gotta save the world and everything. But even I'm looking at that and I'm like, I gotta hold back from that. So we'll see. And that's one of the things I'm going to be doing. But you gotta do the same thing. But when you talk about physical and mental health, let's go even deeper. Body game. What would I say? It's not even just about aesthetics. I say, yeah, you be real muscular. I've said several times, yeah, you're gonna get some attention. But you need to be staying in shape, just period, just for your own health. Because your body is your vehicle. Your body is your vehicle. You still got to be able to move around out here. You still got to be able to do stuff. So it's like you still need to work out just to do whatever. Like I said, for therapy, most of my therapy has really been physical. Really been physical therapy. It's funny. Somebody say, well, because you always get somebody on some idiot shit talking about, well, yeah, don't work out, it's bad. It's like, no, if you go to a physical therapist. In fact, there's a physical therapy place right literally a block away from me. And main thing they doing in there is working out. That's the main thing they doing. Why they doing it? Because it's that important. And especially when I had the stroke, I couldn't walk for a bit. I couldn't walk for a few days. And I had to learn how to walk again. That's physical. So just doing stuff like going for a walk, lifting some stuff, regular exercises, just calisthenics, whatever works for you. Like you get some people say, well, don't lift, don't do that. Man, as long as you move your goddamn body, okay? Move your body. And then pay attention to what you eat. Now, I always joke about buffalo wings, but even before the stroke, I hadn't been eating buffalo wings that much. Even before the stroke, And even then, I'm eating a lot of greens. Like I said, the day of the stroke, I was literally eating a kale salad. Literally. But even then, I'm still, well, there's some stuff with the eating, and that's another conversation. But I'm still going to, you still want to, eat the fruits, eat the vegetables and everything, You want to eat the fruits and the vegetables. And then your mental health. I'm going to tell you what. I would even say it's an argument that you taking care of your mental health because Where your mind goes, your ass will follow. You need to have your mind right. You need to ask yourself, okay, what's upsetting you out here? What are you thinking about? What are you giving too much energy to? Many men out here got mental health issues. In fact, I would even say a lot of stuff in this society, period, is really mental health. There needs to be more of a focus, not just on relationships, but just life, period. A lot of guys out here suffering. And, you want to get away from that. So you want to deal with your mental health. Now, have no shame in going to see a doctor or going to see a mental health professional if you have to. No shame in it. Because that's a major issue, especially with many men. Many men don't want to see the doctor, don't want to talk to the doctor, go get a regular checkup. Or if they're having some mental health issues, don't want to talk to a mental health professional. There's been plenty of times guys have hit me up, they were asking questions. I said, look, what you asking is beyond what I can give you. Talk to a mental health professional. Talk to somebody who's trained to deal with this particular issue. I'm not. I can give you, most I can give you is some of my philosophy in life. That's all I can give. But if you're talking about some stuff that's hurting you and stuff like that, and it's messing with you mentally, well, you need to see a mental health professional. No ifs, ands, and buts. And don't have any shame in it, because, look, you got to look at it like this. You don't want to live your life in pain. You don't want to live your life in pain or not being able to move around. Because I was thinking about that, too, because I was like, okay, there was a point I couldn't walk after the stroke. There's some guys, they never walk well again. They still suffering. There's plenty of people suffering, There's some people, they got to eat their food through G-tubes. They can't even swallow again because of a stroke. I mean, there's so much, or their minds might not be right. Now, I've been blessed because of, working out. My mind, nothing happened with my mind. It'd be interesting to show you how many notes I made even while I was couldn't walk. I was my mind was still working, but somebody else, their mind might not be there. They might not be able to read, because when I was in the hospital at first, every single day they would have me read something. They would look at something and say, what's on here? What's on here? What does this say? Every single day. So you have to. You got to look at every little thing, because you want to just do it, not even for women, man. Let me get that straight over for society. You want to do it for yourself. You want to live. Because it's funny. Because I get it, detractors. Oh, you old. Don't you want to be old? And if you older, don't you want to be in the best shape that you can when you're older? Shoot. I mean, you got some guys up here in their 70s, 80s, 90s still working out and everything. Some have gone through some strokes. They still working out. In fact, at my gym, there was a guy, and this was before the stroke. He was coming in there. He always had a cane and everything. He walked real slow. Sometimes I hold the door for him and stuff. Now I understand better, because he was doing the therapy of getting in the pool. But you still want to keep going. You still want to keep going. So, I mean, I don't care what channel you watch, what you watching. You still want to keep yourself in good shape. You still want to eat well. You still want to balance. You still want to drink plenty of water. You still want to exercise. You still want to make sure your mind is good. Before anything else, you want to make sure your mind is good. That, you're taking care of your mental and physical health, or physical and mental health, everything together. Don't look at it separately. So you can be doing everything together. Getting the checkups, doing what you got to do. All right? That's more important than anything else, because, and I'm going to get into this a little bit more in the next one, your main relationship is with yourself. So you need to take care of yourself, all right? So anyway, that's all I have for today. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.